Hey, you see him on that roll? You see a Kogi sitting in that corner by the line, one of them up? Hell no. Brick. Let me leak out. Let me make this first bucket, right, of this first 30 piece of my NBA career start off easy and smooth. Smart closeout by Wemby. Seems like he learned it. Wemby sets that screen. KD points. This point already occurs way too late because you got to be already in position if you want to be able to make rotations and be able to make switches, right? And so now you got to kind of step over and you leave Wemby with really just an open look. Lucky and get burned. You look at the score, it's 15-4, right? You just seen the other play where they had the miscommunication. Now they have a second miscommunication. They down 17-4. Like, this is self-inflicted damage. Like, this is something they could control themselves and be able to limit these buckets. But ultimately, they're just not on the same page to start. You know Wemby got a long way to go. He rips through. Watch him, though. Notice. Drop the shoulder. He tries to bump KD. KD not moving. Tries to bump again. KD moved just a little bit. Found a slight bit of an angle. But that's where Wemby has to be able to work on and improve. Because any angle that he does get, the possibility of stepping through for a shot or pulling up for a jumper, he has to do a better job at protecting the ball. Because you don't protect the ball, NBA players, especially the ones that are going to be guarding Vic, are going to use their hands because they can't beat him up top. So he has to understand, I got to do my work down low. Once I get the ball from up low and I bring it up, I'm good. And so, boom, he gets that one stripped. Ultimately, and then getting it right back, he just steps through, gets it too. So that's just unfortunate by Phoenix right there. Oh yeah, GG's. That's just GG's. That's just GG's. GG's, my boy. You see Eric Gordon, right? You got Wemby. His takeoff platform is already here. Like he sees this lane, like this pass is getting thrown. So this tag for Wemby cannot come right next to this rim. It has to come outside of the paint, right? And so for Wemby, his takeoff way ahead of the most players. So you may think you got to make this tag right here for a regular player. No, you got to take a few more steps up, right? Not even just up and out. Cut off the whole lane entirely. Because if that ball gets in the air, it's GG's. Look at the progression of this play, right? He brings it up, gets Eric Gordon, has a screen, could try to work through this and be like, man, I have a lane. Let me keep going. Now, let me just give it up. I already know he controlled my hips at this point. And right, especially here though, this is where the progression really starts. He catches, just brings it right above his head and just shoots over the top. It does bounce in a workout that doesn't count, but in the game, it's a bucket. So that simplicity right there, Wemby has to maintain that consistently. This is what I like to see out of Wemby. How are you going to deal against pressure? How are you going to play against pressure, right? Hits the ball at your hand, right? So now you got to make sure you maintain composure. And look where he keeps the ball. Hip, shoulder. Hip, shoulder. Whole time. Because if a defender wants to reach at that point, they're going to reach and just hit straight arm, right? And so if he keeps the ball there as well, it's going to give him a good shot path to bring the ball up and just shoot it over his defenders at any time he wants to. He just has to make sure he protects the ball down low, does the work low before he brings that ball up. This is strange. Like, this is the first half. We seen Wemby get like a cool 7 or something like that. Traveled right there too, but they up 19, and you notice now Wemby as a player, he's been having slow starts, right? So like now going forward, if Wemby's able to play at a consistent level throughout the entire game and not just heat up in the second half or as the game goes along, he could really be averaging a cool 25 a game. Understand what the screen does, right? Sometimes you don't even need to hit somebody on the screen. You just got to get them in this position right here where they're trailing the ball. And since they're trailing the ball, right, it's going to force this player to have to pinch in and take away their driving lane, ultimately leaving the person who set that screen wide open. And so now they get that shot, and if this is Wemby, it's knockdown. If it's you, it should be as well. And so setting ball screens, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. You can just simply make sure you got somebody to trail behind that. That's all you got to do.
Got it. For Kev in his 25 minutes. Wembanyama thought about the three. He'll go for the lob.
Yo, what the fuck? This is not fair. His takeoff, right? And the fact he's able to just give and go. And like on this go, instead of it being a bounce pass or anything like that, it's a lob pass. Not just over one person, over two, right? And he's just like, that's ridiculous, bro. But if San Antonio is able to properly space the floor, right, in time, like they kind of do here, where you got a person who could hit the shot, and they're not thinking about playing help so much, right? And then you get Wemby into these roles, this is going to be a very tough action to guard, because after this, you'll have this skip to a person who can knock down shots. And so that's where it's really going to be tough for the NBA in time as the San Antonio team begins to develop. Now look, anytime dealing with playing in the mid-post, playing in this area, you're going to get some contact like KD's doing right here, right? You see that hand on his back, on his hip, and now Wemby's taking some stutter stepping out and some more shit, right? And so now he's getting into the shot, and that hand is still there by KD. So Wemby gets into that shot a little rushed and uncomfortable. But he could do something as simple as this to get rid of that. You get this catch, right? Instead of facing away from the rim, you actually face up, right? You simply face up. And you can face up and you could actually jab. Just sweep your arm through. Get that hand off your body to where that hand is going to be up a little later, and you can get that ball to your release point in the amount of speed as to what you would like. I love this out of Wemby. Look, he gets this catch right here, right? And instead of catching and squaring and having his back turned and waiting, right? Because the double's about to come as well. He goes and makes a quick move to this baseline, because once he does catch and does begin to sit in the same spot, it's going to allow the defense to get there and touch up and be physical and whatnot. But if you move quick, it's going to eliminate that. And so now he's able to find space, find a lane, and he jumps from the whole other side of the paint and gets to this reverse. Crazy, man. Just a luxury at his size and his length. Pause. Great way to start this play, right? Gets the screen, right? Rolls and gets behind Book. Right, you could easily throw this lob right here, and Wemby could be in a position to where only he could get it, and D-Book could do absolutely nothing except for foul, right? But he doesn't throw it. A lot of contact, a lot of physicality going on down here. So he swings over to Sohan. Boom, nothing. Now Book jumps out and tries to go and switch back. But you got to make this communication early if you do want an off-ball switch, especially when the ball is getting swung quick and they're already looking for Wemby and what he's doing. So ultimately, Wemby's just here. The coordination to be able to catch this and get it in is crazy in itself. I don't even think some of y'all understand how tough that is, but for him to do at that size, ridiculous. Damn, they came back at 116. But Wemby about to cook, right? Once again, I love this out of Wemby. He gets low, gets good positioning to where he's comfortable being able to whether just go up or make a move that he's already capable of doing. And so, boom, straight off the catch, keep that ball high, shot, you hit on my arm, foul, free throws. Love that out of him. Hey, look, remember last game, right? Wemby had that crazy dunk after he ripped through on KD at the end of the second quarter. Eubanks is just being in the wrong spots, man. You help over a little too much. Come on, bruh. It's not fair. And his activity off the ball as well. Like from here, like he may be getting pushed around, ball gets swung over, I set the screen, right? I get up to the top, I leave because I know he posts up. But then I see him go baseline, I cut right behind. And boom, now I get myself an opportunity. That's just a great quality to have, especially as a big, because not many people relocate as bigs, but also as guards as well, relocating along the perimeter, or even if you need to get to the lane as well. I've been waiting on this. And if Wemby is able to get these skills right here consistent, GG's to the league. Look, right? Facing up and using that triple threat game. Using the jabs, using the shimmies. Because especially for bigs, understand them. If Wemby's getting into this out here, and these bigs simply just, in their entire lifespan as players, never really guarded the perimeter, you're going to get out here, hit them with one of these moves, right? And not only will they bite, their recovery is going to be complete dog shit, right? And he's just out to play. GG's. You're gone. You're cooked. Finished. If Wemby does that, if he builds a skill, the triple threat game, just say goodbye. Say goodbye. I hope Wemby really understands how he's getting these buckets and continues to use it going forward, where he's getting up in the shots at a rate as to which he control, quick off the catch, and he's able to just shoot them over the top without allowing defenders to get there and get ready, get underneath them, and get physical, right? Because they're going to be late on that closeout. You get up quick, it's an easy shot every single time.